My name is Marisa Churchill. I have now created the most delicious, low-calorie desserts using much healthier ingredients. Guilt-free desserts that everyone can enjoy. Before heading down to Los Angeles for my appearance on The Talk, I'm headed home to San Francisco. I'm going to visit family and some good friends. Τώρα είμαι στο δρόμο για να συναντηθώ με την καλύτερη μου φίλη, την Allison.
Hi! So good to see you. Good to see you too. I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Yeah, let's get something.
Allison is someone who I greatly admire. She's a swimmer, an Olympic medalist, and held one of the longest standing swimming world records in the 200 individual medley.
Allison Wagner, much cheers, 2:07.79, a new world record.
She faced a lot of challenges in her swimming career. It's her discipline, strength, and positive attitude to rise above all obstacles that I love.
I'm still going to swim from Alcatraz to San Francisco.
Oh my God, I think you are so crazy for doing that. First of all, there's sharks in the water.
Not that many.
Not that many.
Η Allison ως αθλήτρια πάντα μου ζητάει να φτιάχνω υγιεινά γλυκά που να δίνουν ενέργεια. The past few days, I've been working on a gluten-free muffin with spices and blackberries. I think I finally nailed the recipe. Και η Allison είναι ο κατάλληλος άνθρωπος για να μου πει τη γνώμη της. Και ξαφνικά έγινε κάτι μαγικό.
Oh, hi Kay. How are you?
One of my favorite culinary magazines, το Gev Magazine, με κάλεσε όχι απλά για συνέντευξη, αλλά για το εξώφυλλο του επόμενου τεύχους.
All right. All right, well, let me think about it and I will call you back, okay? Bye-bye. Oh my God.
Σίγουρα αυτή είναι η τυχερή μου εβδομάδα.
Για την πρώτη συνταγή μας σήμερα θα φτιάξουμε τα muffins που έφτιαξα για την Allison. Για να ξεκινήσουμε, χρειαζόμαστε μια φόρμα και ένα μεγάλο μπολ.
Για τα muffins θέλουμε
Θα προθερμάνουμε το φούρνο μας στους 170 βαθμούς. Θα πάρουμε λίγο λάδι και θα λαδώσουμε τις φόρμες μας. Θέλουμε να λαδώσουμε πολύ καλά τις φόρμες μας για να μην κολλάνε τα muffins. Now, the inspiration for these muffins came to me when I was at a spice shop in Greece. We have so many beautiful spices to use in Greece. And you're going to see, even though muffins are something very American, this muffin really has a lot of great Greek flavors in it. We're going to be using some wonderful spices, το ελληνικό μέλι, το ελληνικό γιαούρτι, lots of things. Θα αφήσουμε τη φόρμα μας στην άκρη. Okay. Now this is such a simple recipe. Ούτε mixer δεν χρειαζόμαστε. We're going to take our bowl και θα ρίξουμε μέσα όλα τα αλεύρια μας χωρίς κουτένι. Πρώτα το αλεύρι βρώμης. Το αλεύρι βρώμης είναι πάρα πολύ πλούσιο σε ίνες. So this is something that's really good for us. Okay. Μετά ρίχνουμε μέσα το καλαμποκάλευρο, ο οποίο είναι πάρα πολύ πλούσιο σε σίδερο. We're also going to add in καρύδια. Now I've gone ahead and I've ground them up really finely. This is going to give us a beautiful texture. Also είναι πάρα πολύ πλούσια σε βιταμίνη Ε. Τώρα ρίχνουμε τα καρύδια μέσα. Μετά λίγο αλάτι. Σόδα μαγειρικής. και το baking powder. Και τώρα θα ρίξουμε μέσα τα μπαχαρικά. Κανέλα. Και για το πρώτο μυστικό μου, we're going to be using turmeric, ή κουρκουμάς στα ελληνικά, in this recipe. Now, turmeric is a wonderful root to use. When it's ground up like this into a spice, it's a really beautiful thing to use in this recipe. First of all, it's going to give it a lovely color. The flavor is really mild. It might not be something you typically think of using in a muffin recipe, but turmeric is actually extremely nutritious. Now, turmeric contains an ingredient called curcumin. Now, what curcumin is it's a wonderful ingredient that has antioxidant properties, anti-inflammatory properties. It's very good for digestion. It has all sorts of great qualities. So that's one of the reasons that we want to add turmeric to the muffins. Now, the only downside to it is that our bodies don't easily absorb the curcumin that's in turmeric. However, if you add black pepper to the turmeric, and this is something that you can do in any recipe, it helps our body to more readily absorb the curcumin. So, we're going to also put some black pepper in this recipe. Αλλά το μαύρο πιπέρι ταιριάζει πάρα πολύ ωραία με τα βατόμουρα. So, this is actually not only going to help us absorb the curcumin, but it's also really going to add some wonderful flavor to these muffins. Ωραία. Τώρα θα πάρουμε ένα σύρμα, θα ανακατέψουμε όλα τα στεγνά υλικά μαζί. Τώρα φτιάχνουμε μια τρύπα στη μέση και θα προσθέσουμε τα αυγά. Τώρα ρίχνουμε λίγο ελαιόλαδο. Να συνήθως βάζουμε 120 ml λάδι μέσα σε συνταγή για muffins. Αλλά σήμερα βάζουμε μόνο 55 ml. And for the rest, we're going to use another ingredient. Για το δεύτερο μυστικό μου, αντί για πολύ λάδι, θα χρησιμοποιήσουμε το στραγγιστό ελληνικό γιαούρτι με 2% λιπαρά. Now we're going to use 200 grams of the Greek yogurt in this recipe. This is perfect. It's going to actually make them really rich in proteins as well, and it's going to give them μια καταπληκτική υφή. One of the things that I really love about this recipe is that they freeze so well. So όταν φτιάχνω μια ολόκληρη συνταγή, I have 12 muffins, αλλά δεν μπορώ να φάω 12 muffins σε 2 μέρες. So what I do is I put them in the freezer. Now this is the perfect thing because this makes a great breakfast and it also makes a great snack after the gym. So I just take them out of the freezer a few at a time. As I go, they last for weeks, so it's a perfect recipe to make if you want to have a nice and healthy snack to keep on hand. Instead of using sugar in this recipe, we're going to use a great blend. We're going to use one of Greece's other great ingredients, το ελληνικό μέλι, and a blend of pureed carrots. Now, carrots contain a lot of natural sugars, so it's something that's very good for us. They have a lot of beta-carotene, which is something good for our bodies, and the honey is much lower on the glycemic index than sugar, so our body metabolizes it differently and means that our body is less likely to store it as fat when compared to sugar. So this is something that's a really great way to make this recipe without using any sugar. Και μετά το μέλι. Now sometimes there's some confusion about what the difference is between cupcakes and muffins. Η διαφορά είναι ότι τα cupcakes συνήθως το τρώμε σαν γλυκό και muffins το τρώμε σαν πρωινό. So they don't need to be very sweet. We don't want them very sweet. There we go. Και λίγο εχύλισμα βανίλιας. Now you can see, for measuring this, I'm using proper measuring spoons. This is something that I think is really important if you want to be doing baking and pastry. It's really important that you get yourself a set of measuring spoons. So that way, if a recipe says ένα κουτάλι σούπας, ένα κουτάλι γλυκού, you know that you actually have that amount. If you're just using whatever κουτάλι έχουμε μέσα στην κουζίνα, you might not get the right amount. In fact, these travel with me wherever I go. Και ανακατεύουμε όλα τα υλικά μαζί μέχρι να συνδυαστούν. Look at how beautiful this is, and you're going to see that when we bake them, it's going to keep this gorgeous color. Τώρα θα βάλουμε μέσα τα βατόμορα. Δεν βρήκα φρέσκα βατόμορα, σήμερα θα χρησιμοποιήσουμε καταψυγμένα βατόμορα. This isn't a problem though. In fact, a lot of times you're better off using frozen berries. The reason why is because frozen berries are picked at the peak of freshness and they're immediately frozen, which means they're more likely to hold in all of their nutritional goodness. If you buy berries from the supermarket and they're fresh, they maybe have been sitting there for a week. You don't know how many of the nutrients are still in the berries. If you get them frozen, you know that most likely they're still really rich in nutrients and antioxidants. We'll just give it a little stir with a spatula. Πρέπει να συγυρίσω την κουζίνα μου πριν τελειώνουμε με τα muffins. Εδώ. Βάζουμε το μείγμα για τα muffins ομοιόμορφα μέσα στη φόρμα. Now you can do this either using ένα μεγάλο κουτάλι or you can use an ice cream scoop. Ωραία. Έτοιμο. Για το topping θέλουμε λίγο βρώμη, ένα κουτάλι σούπας λιναρόσπορο και ένα κουτάλι σούπας μαύρη ζάχαρη. We just throw them all together. Now this is great. Θα γίνει λίγο τραγανό πάνω and it's also wonderful because λιναρόσπορο περιέχει πολλά omega-3 και omega-6. So it's something very good for us. And we're just going to mix it up with our hand like this. Και μετά πάνω σε κάθε muffin ένα τσακ. Ωραία, έτοιμα. Τώρα θα ψήσουμε τα muffins για 15 λεπτά. Ήρθε η ώρα να δοκιμάσουμε ένα muffin. Το ποτό σαν γλυκό είναι πάρα πολύ στη μόδα τώρα. What a gorgeous pudding! Ανυπομονώ να το φάω. Τα muffins είναι έτοιμα. Τώρα τα muffins έχουν κρυώσει. Now, because we've gone ahead and oiled the forms, we should be able to just take them out. Αλλά εάν δεν μπορούμε να το βγάλουμε πολύ εύκολα, μπορούμε να χρησιμοποιήσουμε ένα μικρό μαχαίρι. Just put it in. Θα σας δείξω. Βυτίζουμε το μαχαίρι μεταξύ τη φόρμα και το muffin. And we just very carefully bring it around the side of the muffin. And then they should just come right out. Νομίζω ότι ήρθε η ώρα να δοκιμάσουμε ένα muffin. Κοίταξε τι ωραίο χρώμα έχει. It's from that gorgeous turmeric that we used and the carrots. It's given it such a beautiful color. You could tell also the muffins are really affrato. They've got such a wonderful texture to them. Nobody would know that these are light and healthy, but they're so good for you and they taste so good.
Με είχαν καλέσει στο Eat Drink SF. Συνάντησα τη μητέρα μου για να πάμε μαζί.
It's so good to see you too. I am so excited about this event.
This is San Francisco's biggest culinary event and one of the most popular culinary events in the States.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eat Drink SF.
Η εκδήλωση δίνει την ευκαιρία στον κόσμο να δοκιμάσει πολλά διαφορετικά πιάτα από τους αγαπημένους σεφ. For the chefs, it's a great opportunity to get together, see what everyone is up to, and even work a bit as a team. It's this attitude of everyone working together and supporting their fellow chefs that makes San Francisco one of the top culinary cities in the U.S.
There's nothing like this in the U.S. of A.
Yes!
And one of the great things about going to events like Eat Drink SF is it's not only an opportunity to get together with fellow chefs, but it's also a great way to get ideas, see what's hot, what's in style. And one of the things that I saw there for sure that I loved, ότι ξέρω τώρα ότι το ποτό σαν γλυκό είναι πάρα πολύ στη μόδα τώρα. So I thought it would be great today να φτιάξουμε ένα ποτό με αγγούρι και βότκα σαν γρανίτα. Now this is really simple to do. Θα σας δείξω πώς θα το κάνουμε. Θέλουμε ένα ξυλοκοπής, ένα μαχαίρι, θέλουμε ένα αγγούρι. One of the reasons I decided to use anguri in this recipe is because είναι πάρα πολύ πλούσιο σε potassium, magnesium, and fiber. So it's something that's really good for us. It also has great flavor. It's a great Greek product, and it gives us such a wonderful flavor in a drink, in a salad. There's all sorts of uses for cucumber. Now we'll just go ahead and cut off the ends. Και θα το κόψουμε σε μερικά κομμάτια. Then cut them in the middle. Θα πετάξουμε όλα αυτά. Now τα κουκούτσια πικρίζουν λίγο. They're also not going to be nice in the granita. So we're going to go ahead and just use a small spoon and take them out. Τώρα κόβουμε το αγγούρι σε μικρά κομμάτια και μετά θα ρίξουμε τα κομμάτια μέσα στο blender. Και τα ρίχνουμε μέσα στο blender. Έχω φτιάξει το πεπόνι, απλώς θέλουμε να ξεφλουδίσουμε το πεπόνι. We just want to go ahead and take that off, take the seeds out, then just cut it into small pieces. Και
Και μετά θα το ρίξουμε μέσα στο blender με το αγγούρι. In this recipe, we're not going to use any sugar. We don't even need to bother making a sugar syrup. That's part of the reason I put the melon into this. It has natural sweetness, it's going to give it great flavor. And then we're also going to use siropi agavis. Now the agave syrup is going to add a wonderful flavor. It's lower on the glycemic index than using sugar. And it has a wonderful flavor. It actually comes from the same plant, the agave plant, that we use to make tequila. So είναι τέλειο για ποτό. Τώρα θα προσθέσουμε τη βότκα και soda, or if we don't want to use club soda, we can use purified water. It's really important that the water has a super clean, wonderful taste to it. We don't want to just use νερό από τη βρύση. So let's go ahead and use this. And of course, in every cocktail, we need a little lemon. Λίγο φυσικό λεμόνι. Now we're going to go ahead and just blend all of this together until it's really pureed nice and fine. Ωραία. Now it's nice and smooth. Και τώρα θα ρίξουμε μέσα μέντα. Now, the reason that we don't add the mint in the beginning is because we don't want this to have a really strong minty flavor. So we want to get everything pureed really nicely, really well before we add the mint. Because when we add the mint, we're just going to mix it for 10 δευτερόλεπτα, very quickly. Okay. Στην Αμερική, the mint looks like this. Αλλά στα ελληνικά το λέμε διόσμο. But this is what we're looking for. We want it to look just like this. Και το ρίχνουμε μέσα. Quickly just give this a little blend. All right. It's ready. Τώρα θα ρίξουμε το ποτό μέσα σε ένα ταψί και θα το βάλουμε μέσα στη κατάψυξη. But lucky for you, because this takes hours to set up, I've already made one and I'll show you the end result. Now, the way that you make a granita is you put it in the tapsi, and then you're going to just take a fork, ένα απλό πυρούνι, and you're going to mix it every couple of hours for about 8 hours until it sets up and it gets nice and light and fluffy like this. Έτσι φτιάχνουμε granita. So you just go ahead and scrape it through with a fork like this. Now, after you put it in the freezer, you want to make sure you do this a couple of times. Do it once it's been in the freezer for about 30 minutes to an hour. Do it again after a couple of hours, and then once again right before you're ready to serve it. Ωραία. Για να σερβίρουμε τη γρανίτα ποτό, θα το βάλουμε σε ένα bowl. This isn't something that you're going to drink. It's no longer well, it is still a cocktail, but it's not something you're going to drink, it's something you're going to eat. So we'll go ahead and put it in this lovely bowl, and we'll serve it with a spoon. Βλέπουμε μικρά κομμάτια διόσμου μέσα. Έχει πάρα πολύ ωραίο χρώμα. I'm ready to eat it. Ένας μοναδικός και δροσερός τρόπος να σερβίρουμε ένα ποτό. Αξίζει να το δοκιμάσετε. For our final recipe today, I think we need something for a quick chocolatey fix. And I have the perfect recipe. Διπλή πουτίνγκα σοκολάτας. Για να φτιάξουμε πουτίνγκα σοκολάτας, χρειαζόμαστε μια κατσαρόλα. Ρίχνουμε μέσα μαύρη ζάχαρη. Part of the reason we use dark sugar in this recipe is because it's going to give it a really rich flavor. Dark sugar doesn't have the same flavor that refined white sugar has. It's much richer and it's going to give this pudding a rich flavor. Μετά ρίχνουμε μέσα άγλικο κακάο.
Το κακάο είναι πλούσιο σε αντιοξυδωτικά. It's a great substitution instead of using only chocolate. It doesn't have the fat, it has all the antioxidants. It's going to give this pudding a rich flavor without all the calories. Τώρα με ένα σύρμα ανακατεύουμε τη ζάχαρη και το κακάο. Και μετά θα ρίξουμε μέσα γάλα πλήρες. Now this is a great substitution αντί κρεμαγάλακτος. This is going to still give it a wonderful flavor, but with a fraction of the fat and calories. Ανακατεύουμε το γάλα με το κακάο πολύ καλά και μετά θα βάλουμε την κατσαρόλα πάνω στο μάτι της κουζίνας σε μεσαία φωτιά. Τώρα που περιμένουμε για το μείγμα με το γάλα να ξεκινήσει να βράζει, θα πάρουμε ένα μέτριο bowl και θα ρίξουμε μέσα λίγο corn flour και μια πρέζα αλάτι. Instead of creating a pudding using whole eggs or just egg yolks, we're going to add in cornstarch. Now what this is going to do, it's going to give us a pudding with a nice rich texture, but without all the fat and without all the cholesterol. Remember, each egg yolk has 250 milligrams of cholesterol. That's a lot. By using the cornstarch, we're taking out some of that cholesterol and making this a much lighter, healthier version of pudding. Βάζουμε μέσα ένα ολόκληρο αυγό. That wasn't necessarily meant to happen. Λίγο πιο προσεκτικά την επόμενη φορά. Και ρίχνουμε μέσα λίγο εκχύλισμα βανίλιας. We're just going to go ahead and mix all of this together really well. Το μείγμα βράζει. Let's go get it. Now what tempering means is that we're going to mix in the hot mixture while whisking. This will help ensure that we don't actually scramble or cook the egg, which we definitely don't want. Ωραία. Τώρα ρίχνουμε το μείγμα με το αυγό μέσα στη κατσαρόλα πάλι. So basically it's just like making αυγολέμονο. Και τώρα θα ξαναβάλουμε την κατσαρόλα πάνω στο μάτι της κουζίνας. And what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and stir this constantly μέχρι να δέσει. Τώρα είναι έτοιμο. You can tell because if you take μια spatula, you can see how thick it is now. Look at that, it just stays perfectly on the spatula. Αυτό θέλουμε. Και τώρα ρίχνουμε μέσα λίγη μαύρη σοκολάτα. Just a little bit at the end to really give it that rich chocolatey flavor. Και το ανακατεύουμε μέχρι να λιώσει η σοκολάτα. Oh, this smells so good. Τώρα που έχει λιώσει η σοκολάτα, θα το βάλουμε μέσα σε ένα καθαρό μπολ. Ωραία. Και τώρα θα βάλουμε λίγο μεμβράνη πάνω. Now you want to just press it gently, lightly on top so that the steam can release a little bit from the sides, but we don't want a skin to get on top. We don't want a skin to cover the pudding. So this is going to help prevent a skin from forming on the top of the pudding. Και τώρα βάζουμε την πουντίνγκα μας μέσα στο ψύο μέχρι να κρυώσει. Σαν σαντίγι. What a gorgeous pudding. Ανυπομονώ να το φάω.
ένα ποτό με καλή παρέα. Είναι ό,τι χρειάζομαι για να χαλαρώσω. Θα βγάλουμε τη μεμβράνη. All right. And you can see, because we use the plastic wrap on top, there's no skin on top of the pudding. It's perfectly smooth. Get a few serving cups and a κουτάλι. Just give this a nice stir. Για να φτιάξουμε ένα πολύ ελαφριά σαντιγί, we just take λίγο σιρόπι αγάπης, λίγο γιαούρτι. Τα ανακατεύουμε μαζί και θα δείτε πώς θα αλλάξει η υφή. Ακριβώς σαν σαντιγί. Just put a dollop on top of each puddinga. What a gorgeous pudding. Ανυπομονώ να το φάω. It's been a very busy week for me in San Francisco, and soon I need to head to LA. But before I go, I'm headed out on the town. Για ένα ποτό με καλή παρέα. Είναι ό,τι χρειάζομαι για να χαλαρώσω. Τα λέμε την επόμενη φορά in the City of Angels. Καλώς ήρθατε στο Los Angeles.
Please welcome Chef Marisa Churchill.
The best cookie of the world και μια sweet and skinny εκδοχή, ένα whoopie pie χωρίς τύψεις. The other thing that's really great about marshmallows is they're naturally fat-free and gluten-free, so it's a perfect treat.